Hey, everybody. Following on from some of the other thinking errors that we've talked about, I'm briefly going to mention this one, which is catastrophizing. So catastrophizing, as the name would suggest, is where we make a catastrophe out of something. In CBT, we often refer to it as awfulizing or dreadfulizing. So typically something happens, we miss the bus, we miss the train, and it looks like we're going to be late for a job interview or an important meeting, and we catastrophize it. We think in our minds, this is the most dreadful thing that ever could happen. It's an absolute catastrophe. It's awful. It's horrendous. It's dreadful. So when we think about an event or something happening in this kind of way, we are literally making a mountain out of a molehill. Okay. Situations can, of course, be challenging and difficult to deal with. But when we catastrophize, we make it the worst thing ever in the entire universe. And as sure as night follows day, then we feel very high levels of anxiety. Okay. So the feelings, again, following from the thinking. We catastrophize something and then we feel very anxious. Okay. What do we do when we find ourselves catastrophizing? Well, we can ask ourselves a number of very important questions. Is this as bad as I imagine it to be? And look at the evidence there. Okay. Ask ourselves, what is the worst that could happen here? Okay. And if the worst does happen, how am I going to manage that? What will I do? Let me sit down and put together an action plan. Okay. How likely is it that this is a catastrophe? How likely is it that the worst thing has or is going to happen? Okay. And then deal with it from there onwards. So what we want to do is when we find ourselves catastrophizing over a situation, we need to decatastrophize. Okay. Thereby we bring down the anxiety levels. Okay. Hope you found that helpful, and lots more thinking errors where those came from, and speak to you soon, hopefully. Bye-bye.